So as it stands, even though I seem to have done a lot of programming, I've just sort of outlined a skeleton of how I want it to work. There's no actual code apart from at the bottom to check whether it works. But the program should pretty much run and not crash. So I'm going to have a go at that. I'm going to run this one and see what happens. Not a lot will happen. It's just waiting for some input. And that's it. It's not doing anything. It won't do anything until I start putting the bones on this, the meat on these bones. The important part is I haven't got any big error messages here, so I can be confident that my program's working. And that is how we're going to program. We're going to write a little bit, test a little bit, make sure it works. If we ever need it again, we're going to save it for future use to cut down the amount of program that we do in the future. So that is the target. So let's shut down the shell here, kill the program. The first thing I really want to do is sort of show the menu. That's just a sequence of print statements. So I might print the title, calculator, and then have a blank line, so a print on its own with no speech marks will give me a blank line, and then I need to think about the menu and what I've got to do. I want to add, subtract, multiply or divide, so I can give let's say if they press A then they want to add, and if they press S then they want to subtract. And again for multiply and divide. And probably leave a blank line at the end just to tidy the display up. So there are my options. All I'm doing is printing. This could be a game. You could be asking the user whether they want to load a high school table, whether they want to play a game, whether they want one player, two player. It's just a basic menu, and really all we want it to do is just show or print out everything that's in here. This is called a procedure, and I'm just going to write the word procedure at the top just to remind you, procedure. And subroutines come in two flavors, procedures or functions. Sometimes when I'm talking, I'll mix the words up. I'll call a procedure a function or a function a procedure. But there is a distinct definition between the two. And at the moment I've written a procedure, and I know that because I have not used this keyword. If I use that keyword, then it's a function. And I explain what that does shortly, but because that does not appear in here, it is a procedure. So that's it. If I save my work and run it, actually this time when I test it, I am expecting something to happen, and it certainly does. The problem is it just seems to go on for an ever and ever and ever, and the reason for that is because we're not actually coding this get choice which stops the screen and waits for the user to do some input. It just keeps going round and round and round. So it's showing the menu. We haven't written that, so it ignores it. It doesn't know what Q is. In fact, I haven't put Q up here, so let's do that. For quit. There we go. And we haven't coded any of the rest, so it comes down to this line, shows the menu, so it keeps showing the menu and the menu over and over again, and it will not stop until we sort of program this get choice. So that's our first go. It seems to be working as expected, including spelling mistakes. So in the next one I think we'll just do a very basic get choice so that we can actually stop that routine from running on the screen.